Based on your experiences conducting this project, do you have any suggestions for how educators can address access in their courses and the work they do? Responses by Chelsea Jones and Anne Zbitnew.
Access has a lot to do with justice, and it has to do with interdependence. And so when you are hiring film leads, you need to hire them and pay them actual money. We also gave film leads a honorarium so that they could go into the community and also pay people that they knew in the community who might contribute in one way or another. And certainly when COVID-19 interrupted our research, we were able to reallocate our budget for certain things. So for instance, we planned to have focus groups in person, and we were going to provide meals because food justice is really important, especially when you're working with students. And when we couldn't do that in person, we ended up moving the focus groups online, which was fine, but then reallocating some of that food money toward paying students to complete the projects as the pandemic went on so that they would have a little bit of work going forward. We also had to pay for French translation, ASL, all of those things. So thinking about access broadly also means advocating for funding for access. And that can be a really hard thing to do, especially if you're coming at this from a precarious position, which many teachers and universities are. You know, if there's anyone who's listening who has sort of a connection to administration or is part of administration, I want to make it really clear that this kind of project is not possible without budget to pay people in an equitable, just way.
One thing that I would like to encourage people to do is to be brave and to try and to think about it at the beginning, because it's really exciting. There's so much possibility. We tend to just go to the typical and go to the add-ons. There's so much possibility if you just think about it. And then as well, to make sure that you work with and you talk to as many people with lived experience as possible, because there's so many experiences in a classroom, in an online setting, that everyone's access needs are completely different. So we need to make sure that we try to talk to people, because I can make lots of assumptions. It's not going to reach everyone.